to be honest, for me, it felt entirely realistic because I was actually thrown around a cave. I was actually, put on top of a castle. It really didn't feel surreal for me. It's only once I've actually seen the film that I'm realising this amazing contrast between the stories, and it's made for such a sort of beautiful juxtaposition of the two ideas. I think the reason why Matteo decided to put me through such grueling things is because it actually means that it's so much more relatable, because obviously they're amplified settings and they're sort of exquisite stories, but it's human struggles that sort of run through it. So yeah, I'm still scarred. That is for sure. Well, to prepare for it, obviously I read the original fairy tales by Giambattista Basile. But it was difficult to know how to prepare because, it was actually rather vague and ambiguous. When I got to set in the morning, we would have changed something completely, or we'd be filming in a different place, or it was a really romantic style of filming things. Sometimes we would run really over and we wouldn't get to do loads of scenes, but it just meant that actually the scenes were constantly adapting to us, because it didn't matter about the exact structure to Matteo. It was actually the message, the human struggle. So we got to portray that in any way that we felt fit. Well, I have to say, I do relate to my character quite a lot, because I think every young person or any person or woman maybe at some point in their life feels this sort of yearning to be defined by something, whether that's a person, another person, a marriage, as I was sort of going on about in the film in a rather pouty way. Or, I don't know, just sort of yearning for something to make them who they are. And when they actually find out that through struggle and through strife, they can be the person that defines who they're supposed to be, it's a really important realisation for most people. I'm trying my hardest to find that in my life. Thank you so much.
It's quite a feminist role for you.
It really is, isn't it? All three stories are about sort of female characters and their journeys and their sort of different obsessions, but at different stages in their life. I feel very fortunate that my character was able to sort of recover herself and realise that she was the tool that she needed. There was no prince on a white stallion to save her. But it is hugely modern, I feel like it's, perhaps people will think that it's been written now because obviously it's so gory and it's so dramatic. But these were such old fairy tales. That's what the Grimm's brothers sort of based all of their happy endings ones on, which I think is, much later than ours. So.
I'm bummed you're not in your rollers like earlier.
Oh my god, my rollers. Oh my god, it's really embarrassing. But I always do my hair myself because I got really thick hair. It's slightly embarrassing. They had to do lots of different hair remedies for me in the film because it just kept on weighing itself down. So I have to do specific things to make it look like this. Very specific.
You said on Twitter you love Italian films. What Italian films are some of your favorites?
Well, I love Gomorrah. And I just love lots of old, sort of Fellini movies. There's something so sort of romantic and ambiguous about them, which is what I really like. I love The Bicycle Thief as well, which is another favourite of mine, because there's no really sort of clear beginning, middle and end. There's no sort of clear stream, there's a hero, there's a heroine. It's just supposed to make you feel something, and I think it's so poignant when a film can do that. And that's why I've always wanted to be involved in films, because it doesn't really matter about, the characters or the story. It's just about whether or not they make you feel something. And I feel like Italian cinema does that so well. So I'm so lucky. Oh my god.
Thank you very much. Thank you.